All right, well, with any luck, I didn't make the music too quiet, but yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm taking a lot on faith right now for this stream, let me tell you. Uh, so hi everyone. My name is Kenny D. Alabaster, Nico of the Abyss, indie EN VTuber, scholar, noble, and aspiring gentleman, and welcome to my debut. There's actually no one here right now, but in theory, I hope that people will see this in the future. So mostly it's just going to be me talking to myself, which should be fantastic. Grade A entertainment material. I have prepared a delightful slideshow made with minimal effort and a dream. So let's just dive into it, I guess. Hi, I'm Kenny. Presentation by Kenny Alabaster. Next slide. So, who or what am I? Well, my full name is Kenny Duncan Alabaster. May we never use my full name ever again. You may also, on occasion, hear me refer to myself by a different name. Best not to pay this any mind. Listen, the life cycle and mental state of an Abyssal Nico is very alien to your own. Maybe I'll talk more about it in the future, but not today. As for what, well, the short answer is I'm an Abyssal Nico, a visitor from one of your neighboring universes, the Abyss. Thanks to the recent alignment of our two realities, I've been able to cross over, which is good because it has been very lonely over there this past 1,000 years. I really need more people to talk to. I'd like to make it clear that I am not some kind of demon, and my home reality, the Abyss, isn't some kind of infernal realm of wretched darkness or debauchery or other such nonsense. It's just a place, it's just dark. It's a bit empty nowadays. Why I live here now. But it's still my home. I still visit occasionally. And yeah, it's wonderful. So yeah, just make it clear, not evil, not a monster, not hell. The Abyss from which I dwell and hail shares no... Oh, what's the word for it? Shares no resemblance. I don't know, whatever it is. It's not the same as any Abyss you've heard of. Next slide. A little bit more about the Abyss, just so we can kind of get an idea. You really paint a vivid picture of where I come from, what it is, how it works. The Abyss is a world of raw energies. Ether, a dark, sort of purplish gas, fog-like thing, hangs in the air all about, represents negative energy, and Ichor, a bright, sort of glowing dust that behaves kind of like mercury, represents positive energy. Abyssal Nikos, myself, are beings of ether. This does not mean that we are evil. It's more like, I don't know, trying to explain the difference between a gas and a diesel-powered car. It's just what I run off of. I mean, I eat and stuff too. I eat food and what have you, but ether makes other gears and stuff turn in me that don't exist in you. The Abyss was home to many sentient races, much like myself, and their empires spread out all across the Great Chasm. But that was before the Unheard Rapture, an event in which all the sentient creatures of the Abyss slowly and mysteriously vanished. Back then, I was an Abyssal Squire, or an Abyssal Knight in training, which means I am royalty. Not that that matters anymore. Nowadays, I just live here now, in your weird human society of credit cards. And, people who don't slow down when you try to cross the street. It's fantastic. It's better than being alone. I'll say that much. But yeah, no one left there anymore. It's not great, but it is what it is. I've had a lot of time to cope, okay? Next slide. I like to call this section paying the bills. right? Over here, you can see my artist and rigger. My artist, Forcid C4NDY. I think it's supposed to be Acid Candy, but quirky. This is their Twitter. She drew me. If you like what you see, you know, you could always hit her up. See about commissioning yourself. She does pretty good work. I've got some runaway siblings out there somewhere, hanging about, doing their thing. Maybe I'll meet one of them one day. Who knows, right? And my rigger, Animen77, hope I pronounced that right too, rigged me. He is fantastic, by the way. He helped me out with a lot more than I'd admit he did, right? Including a whole setup document for getting this crazy thing to kind of run right, you know? Which I was really appreciative of. So yeah, if you want to check them out on Twitter, they're both hanging around somewhere there. Yeah. And of course, I want to give some credit to my logo designer. This logo down here, the one that is my name. Oh boy, am I gonna butcher this. Kuriyamasukuta. Kuda? I tried, alright. Yeah, she drew this for me. You might see it here and there. I think it looks good. A symbol worthy of this glorious face of mine. Yeah. Alright, the bills have been successfully paid. Thank you all. Those of you that have contributed to making all of this happen. I appreciate it. Next slide. Alright, this is the fun part. No. Yeah, man, I wasn't kidding when I said the scuff was real, huh? I didn't think about how I was gonna... You know what? I can Alt-Tab, right? Boop. There we go. Wish I had practiced that sooner. Ah, yes, the great showcase. Suppose we might as well just start from the bottom and work our way up, huh? That's how they do. Here you can see my fancy dress shoes. Alright, maybe they're not that fancy. I'll be honest, I scavenged this whole outfit from an Abyssal Nico ruined clothing store. Except for the cape. That is my family cape. You might have questions about that. Just don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, working up. I have a tail. Yes, there it is. In its infinite and amazing glory. Watch it sway ever so elegantly from side to side. Yes, it does help with balance. Yes, if you step on it, it hurts. Unimaginably so, I might add. It's kind of like stubbing 4 toes at once. So, you know, don't step on it. See, I got gloves. They're clean. They're always clean. We try to keep them clean, you see. We do our best. There it is. It's the cape. This right here is the Alabaster Family Crest. I may explain why it's an R in the future. There's a story behind it. All you have to know is that that's the family crest. You might also notice that it's a bit shimmery. And then here I am. Yes, I wear glasses. I'm among the seeing impaired. Don't feel bad for me. Society has produced things to accommodate this, so, you know, it's not too bad. I can see without them, orally. I do take them off occasionally. Yes, I have ears. Abyssal Nikos have, quote, normal, end quote, ears, and Nico ears. The Nico ears do not hear normal sounds. The, quote, normal, end quote, ears. Those hear normal sounds. The Abyssal Nico ears hear ethereal noises. The kind of thing that I would need to know is coming, you know, so that I can run if it shows up. like an abyss tyrant or something, they're dangerous and you don't want to be near them. And you don't really hear them make noises when they come. You hear them much further out. The sound of the crackling energy in them, which is what these ears are for. Yeah. I have hazel eyes, in case you're wondering. Brownish green. Stare into them. They stare back at you. All right. I can take the cape off, although I prefer not to. I like to fly the family flag, all right? Makes me feel good to let it ride, let people see it, you know? Even if it's actually below the screen most of the time. We can get a slightly better shot. Yeah, it's a multi-piece suit. It's really hot, by the way. I should really turn my fan on, but I've decided against it. I've decided to hold, to wait, you see, to do that. That said, time to put the cape back on. Yes, the glasses come off. May I never take them off again. The lack of sight. If I look closely, it's like there's people on the other side of the screen right now. But, you know, when we put the glasses back on, it's all just in my head. Couple quick factoids while I get ready for everything else. Yes, I am 1,122 years old. Now, Abyssal Nikos have a very weird lifespan, right? Aging process. So, you might as well consider me the last two digits, 22, for all intents and purposes, because Abyssal Nikos age normally for the first 21 years, right? Normally, as in the way people do. So we, you know, start as babies and we grow at that rate. And then once we hit 21, we stop dead, right? And we stay 21 until our 1,121st birthday, where the aging process kicks on again, and we have a normal, quote, normal, remaining lifespan. So, I'm very old, but I am in the twilight of my life. All the same. You might be wondering, oh, how does that work? Why is it like that? Well, other scholars like myself have pondered it. The best explanation we have is that it's advantageous for, you know, families back in the primal abyss before empires and what have you were set up, to not have to take care of a kid for 300 years while it's growing. So the first bit is very rapid, so that they don't have to take the chance of, you know, raising up a defective, weak little person that can't do anything for so long to get results. And then after that, it stabilizes and maintains for a while. It's also worth noting that there's, you know, a lot less disease and stuff in the Abyss. A lot of ambient negative energy and what have you in the atmosphere tends to make life slightly more hostile, so stuff like that doesn't pop up very often. I had to get a lot of vaccines when I came over here. You don't even know. So yeah, height. My freedom units, I'm 5'11", or about, based on quick Google search, 180.3 centimeters. About that. My birthday is September 21st. You might also hear me refer to it as the 20th. There's some debate about when exactly I was born amongst my family, but 21st is what we go with, so. If you ever forget it, there's a song that has it in the lyrics. Do you remember 21st night of September? Alright, yeah, so after you're hearing me sing, you know why I will never be doing that again. There will never be a karaoke. You've been warned. I don't do that. It doesn't happen. Languages. I speak Abyssal Old Western. I mean, English. Yes, the Abyss shares one language with this earthly realm of yours, and that's English. It's Abyssal Western where I come from. Aside from a few distinct words, it's the same, which is lucky. All right, it's the part of the day where we get to see the expressions that I wanted, but will never use outside of this debut. Probably. So if I ever get on a killer gaming streak, or if I ever see something really awesome, shasha. Or if you say something nice about me, you know, the kind of compliments I've never heard in my entire life, my face might blush up a little bit. I've been told that I actually do get very, very red in the face when I'm embarrassed. I'm probably lit up like a tomato right now. I'm not gonna lie. Oh boy, I really am, I can tell. Then, oh, sorry. Whoa, bro. Whoa, calm down. Don't be surprising me like that. Let's just take it easy. I know you stumbled in here by accident, but just relax. Ah, there we go. See, we're all better now. It's all good. Oh, wait. You say you have a weapon. All right. You want this thing to move along? You say I'm taking too much time, like I didn't plan this part out and I'm just winging it and it's awful. Okay, all right, calm down. It's all good. Fine. Hey, I said calm down. This is my stream. Look, listen. I mean, I guess it's my VOD. You're not here, but you just relax. Take it easy. I will zoom further up on this face. Don't tempt me. How close can I get this, actually? Hold on. What's it look like at, like, max? Oh, is this as far as it goes? I will turn this model around. Unless you put it down. Take your mouse off the dislike button. I'm just kidding. You can hate the video if you want. That's your right. Alright. Awkward. How do I work in all these emotes phase over? Okay. We can move on now. Alright, some likes and dislikes. I was trying to move briskly earlier, but man, that still took a hot second. I know these things are supposed to be kind of short, so let's hope not too much time is consumed by this. Ah, I was wondering when that was going to happen.
Inside the gut with Purina One with microbiome balance, promoting gut health and immune support.
Yes.
Learn more at purina1.com/gut.
May I edit this part out in the future? Yes, for those of you unaware, you know, I'm going to leave it in just for fun. For those of you unaware, I'm using YouTube for my music right now. And it just played an ad. So yeah, that's cool. It will do it again later. Remember how I said I'm embarrassed right now? Lit me on fire. Alright, let's move on. The likes. Video games. Yes, this is what I will be doing. Most of the time, when I'm streaming. Playing video games. As most VTubers seem to do. Why? We don't know. But they're fun, and I enjoy them, and we'll talk more about some of my favorites later. Something else I like. Art. What kind of art, you might be wondering? The answer, yes. Including kinds of art that you probably hate. Including abstract and other such things. But yes, I enjoy art. Makes me feel emotional things. I don't like AI art, though. Just feels soulless. Anyway, moving on. I like spicy foods. Mostly chips. Pain is the best flavor. As far as I'm concerned. Love it, love it, love it. Especially on meat. Or, yeah, chips, as I mentioned. I enjoy music, as most people do. There's no way I could possibly summarize all the different kinds of music that I listen to. But, I don't know, just a little bit of everything. I don't like most rap, though. That's the thing. Don't ask me why. Just not most of it. There's some rap I like. But, other than that, I probably enjoy it, even if I don't actively seek it out. Superheroes. I'm a huge nerd. You cannot... I mean, obviously I'm a huge nerd, right? Look at the type of content I'm producing in front of you. Look at this thing. Look at it. This is anime for you, those of you that don't know. I'm a colossal nerd, and I really enjoy superhero stuff. Noteworthily, so here it is. And walking. Yes, I enjoy the occasional exercise. It's nice, and I like it. What can I say, alright? I like to stretch my legs every once in a while, otherwise they, ache. It is what it is. Dislikes. Something you're gonna learn about me really fast. I have a really hard time spelling. I don't know why. I really should go get that looked into because I seem to have an abnormally hard time spelling things. But it has to be done. Next, just spelling. So yeah, spelling. I hate it. I cannot overstress this point enough. It sucks. I remember looking up because I was having a really hard time learning how to spell the word friend. I know how to do it now, but it's not because I actually learned how to do it well. It's because there's a song that spells it out for you and it's catchy, so I know it. But if you look up the word friend, I used to take some slack. People be like, oh, just spell it how it sounds, right? Yeah, just spell it how it sounds. And then you look up the like Oxford Dictionary version of how friend is spelled, and the little part where it says how to sound it out, there's no I. And it doesn't sound like there's an I in the word friend either. It's not friend. It's not friend, whatever. It's friend. And that's how it's pronounced. So, yeah, spelling sucks. And I hate it. And it's the worst thing ever. But also, like, it sucks because I know that you have to do it right. So I try to do it right, but I just can't do it. Okay. The full disclosure, I don't just hate spelling. But I really hate spelling, and it's all I wanted to complain about. I had to fight deep to find other stuff. But just understand, it's awful. Okay, stuffing, like for turkeys and stuff. You know, bread with spices and soaked in juiced bread. Yeah. So I had a little thing happen to me when I was younger, where I ate some. And when most people like find a reason to hate food, it's usually some kind of like negative association thing that happens when they're younger, right? And I puked up stuffing, and that's usually what it is. It's usually like I vomited this up for whatever reason, right? Or like if you get food poisoning eating chicken, I've seen that you tend to have a strong hatred for chicken, but it wasn't chicken for me. It was stuffing, and I puked it up, and I remember it came out green and very, very wet, and oh, the flavor of it after it came out the other end. You know, not the other end, the end it came in was terrible. It was just awful. So yeah, I don't like stuffing. I don't like the texture of it. Yeah, no, not stuffing. Bad. Getting unnecessarily and disruptively dirty. Now, what do I mean by this? So I guess the easiest way to explain it is to give an example. You know how, like, you're taking a walk and you step in a mud puddle or something that you weren't looking at because you're an idiot and you're listening to music and staring at your phone on the sidewalk, and like it splashes a bunch of muddy water or whatever up on your pant leg, and like you can see the stains there now. Yeah, so I hate that because I intended to be clean that day doing this activity, and now that I am no longer that, pain. But I have less of a problem with getting dirty when I like have to, right? So if you have to work on a car, those of you that have never worked on a car, when you work on a car, you get dirty, and it can't be avoided. And you do it once, and after that, every time you have to do it, you expect it to get dirty. So, yeah, that doesn't bother me so much. It's like when you get wet, right? It's like the same thing. You do dishes at home, and you splash a bunch of water, like onto your clothes, and they get soaked. And you're just like, oh, why did I do that? Oh, now I have to wait to get dry. It's different than going to the pool. Like, you expect it to get wet. You're prepared for the consequences. It's a part of what you wanted to do. Yeah. So, yeah. Likes and dislikes. Next slide. A little bit more about me. Some of my favorite games. Oh boy, it's the list. The definitive. The first 5 of these are, like, absolute. Everything after that, it's a mixed match of where it could stand. Right, starting at 1. Fallout New Vegas, my absolute favorite game. It's just amazing. There's nothing I could say about it that other people haven't made hour-long videos on YouTube about, explaining in better detail. Just know I love it. Perhaps I shall play it one day. Spider-Man, the Insomniac version. for PlayStation. It's a fantastic game. Remember how I said I like superheroes? Yeah, Spider-Man's my favorite. Which makes me feel incredibly vanilla, but it is what it is, and that game is great. Batman Arkham City, I beat this game so many times. It's just, it's got really good everything, alright? It's basically just Batman the Animated Series edgy fan service. And it's great, because Batman's edgy, so it just works. Just works. A Hat in Time, if you haven't heard of this game, you need to, like, look up a video or something. It's so freaking cute, and it fills me with all the nostalgia you can imagine. Love it. I've only played it relatively recently, too, compared to some of these other ones, but nah, Hat in Time, it's great. Love it. Gotcha Force, you've never heard of this one. Don't lie, you haven't. Only the most cultured among you have heard of Gotcha Force. I hope to play it one day on stream, but it is an underrated GameCube Capcom game. I said that in the wrong order. And it's like a third-person battle arena type thing where you collect action figures. It's like a combination of Transformers and Bakugan, but it's fantastic. All right, now that we got the main 5 out of the way, we can skim through some of these a bit harder. Dark Souls 3, yes, I'm a masochist. I'm a gaming masochist. Dark Souls 3 is probably my favorite Souls game. I want to do something crazy when if I ever get around to streaming this. But yeah, no, love it. It's great. Skyrim, who doesn't like Skyrim? The Elder Scrolls 5. So good, they released it like 15 times. Destiny 2. Remember how I said I'm a video game masochist. I've done raids on this before. For those of you that don't know, Destiny raids, they're awful. But, you know, you get with your friends and you do them anyway. Dead by Daylight. I'm gonna stream this in the future, but I really hope it doesn't crash like it always seems to do. And I kind of rounded out the bottom, Borderlands 2. It's my favorite of the Borderlands series, and I think the Borderlands games have a lot of replay value, and they're usually pretty funny, but they're not like amazingly funny. I don't know how else to explain it. But they're good. They're good. I wouldn't mind playing like through the Borderlands games with someone else on stream, because I've done it once. Me and my brother played through the first Borderlands game together, and that yeah, only time. All right. So my favorite anime. I'm a bit of a isekai enthusiast, which makes me feel shame, but it's true. That said, my number one anime is still One Punch Man as it stands. Love this thing. The comedy value, it's so high. The animation quality. Even people complain about the second season a lot, like it went down in quality, and like it did, but it's still pretty good. Like it's not bad. I don't know. Number 2, ReZero. Getting into those isekais I mentioned. This is my favorite one though. I don't know, it does manage to subvert the tropes reasonably well, even though it has some. I could really gush a lot about this. I could really explain why I like this one, but I don't have the time. So just know I like it. Overlord, another one. The only reason this one is as good as it is because the creators had the foresight to, like, tell the story from, like, often from outside of the main character's viewpoint. And depict him in a less than subtle light, or less than pleasant light sometimes, which does the show a lot of favors. But this is like my number one comfort anime. Like if I have nothing else going on, and I don't want to pay attention to the screen, I'll just put Overlord on and watch that. Spy X Family, relatively new, love it. It's cute, it's got action. This is like the number one something for everyone anime I could recommend. If you haven't seen Spy X Family, like it's got goofy cute stuff, but it's got action and what have you too. And it's got like nonsense romance stuff and all that. It's pretty good. It's like my Swiss Army knife of anime. I could recommend this to anyone, and someone would find something to like about it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just nostalgia. All right. It's not an amazing anime, but listen. If you know, you know. If you've seen it, you understand. My Hero. Remember superheroes. Enough said. Oh crap. Superheroes. Enough said. To Your Eternity. I don't know how to explain this one. It's kinda. Is it an isekai? It kind of feels like one. But I don't think it really counts. You should check it out, though. It's not bad. You might like it if you haven't seen it already. Tokyo Ghoul. First 2 seasons only. So they changed animation styles a bit from season 2 to season 3, if I recall correctly. And it turned me off of it. But not just that. The story the story arcs that they went with weren't particularly great for me. I don't know. It's just a far cry from the first 2 seasons, so I dropped it after that. But the first 2 seasons are really cool. Dark, though. Really dark. Yeah. Yeah, that's enough of those. Some other stuff I dabble in. D&D. Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, I'm a colossal nerd. I do art. Oh, wait, now this is worth mentioning. So I've played D&D 5th edition, right? But I prefer 3.5, personally. I just think it, I don't know, it's more fun to play around with and to explore as opposed to 5th edition. Like, it's more complicated, maybe needlessly so, but that complication gives you more free leeway to do things you wouldn't be able to do in 5th edition. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's all, you can homebrew anything, but 3.5 is more readily able to let you do that within its confines, which is nice. I don't have to think about it. I can just do it. Anyway, art. I do draw a little bit. These backgrounds are by me, in case you missed the fun fact earlier. That's why they suck. I'm not good at art, but I do try. I don't think I'll ever be good at it either. Who has the time, you know? Between trying to start VTube streaming and my own video editing. Who has time? Video editing. A lovely segue. I do this a little bit. I hope to get better so that I can help myself out by creating shorthand content, but I'm not very good right now. I hope that changes. I plan on putting some effort in to make it change, but we'll see. And Magic the Gathering. Those of you that don't know what that is, it's a card game that you play with your friends if you're a loser. Or if you're a Giga Chad, depending on your point of view. And I'm a Chad. Oh, wait, I'm in the way of it. Nah, it's fine. I'm just gonna tilt. Nah, you know what? I read it. You've heard. It's right here. You see it. Or maybe you don't. The stream is scuff enough. We don't need to keep taking these risks. Next slide is my fair warning to all of you who may journey forward with me on this after seeing this. It's, I'm new to this whole streaming thing. I've done it a little bit, right? But, if the ad breaks, the one you heard previously on the YouTube soundtrack going off in the back, and the one you may hear in the future weren't hinting to this, yeah, I don't have a lot of experience. So you can expect these things to be pretty scuff and pretty awkward. An abundance of it, even. Feel free to give me feedback, by the way. Even if you think it's something I might not want to hear. Hate might be useful. Now, if all that wasn't enough, my internet is pretty spotty at times. You might be experiencing that now, for all I know. I can't really tell. YouTube thinks the stream is doing well, but I have no way of knowing that. So, you know, bear with me here. Final warning here is that life happens, right? All right, we all have stuff we have to do. Things pop up, yada yada, so on, so on. You know. I don't have to explain it, but I'm doing it anyway. Sometimes streams have to be canceled. Sometimes streams have to be canceled 5 minutes before they happen. Sometimes streams have to be canceled 2 hours after they were supposed to happen because I forgot to do it or I got caught up doing something else, so I couldn't tell everyone that and cancel them. So, you know, be prepared for stuff like that. No one's perfect. I just thought I'd add it in here as a warning disclaimer. For you. Moving on. A few bits and ends. We have a fan name. You have no say in this. It's Abyss Guard. What is Abyss Guard? Good question, hypothetical viewer. The Abyss Guard are sort of the underling soldiers of an Abyssal Knight in the Abyssal Nico Empire, back when there still was an empire. Right? So, you're not really my soldiers, but I thought it was a cute little homage to the back then days. So yes, you will be the Abyss Guard. My Abyss Guard. And we have an art tag, Ether Icar Art. It was really hard for me to find one of these that wasn't being used. But this one wasn't, so yeah. Yeah. We got one, baby. Those are my bits and ends. I'm sure I'm missing something right now, but I have no idea what it could be. Live to regret later. Alright, next. A few dreams of mine Now, the first thing you're gonna notice, there's an order to this, but I should talk about this first, is, a lot of them are secret. Now the reason for that isn't because I don't want to share them. It's because, yeah, if I let you know what they are, then they might come to fruition in a way that would defeat the purpose of their success. So I've decided to let you know that they're there and that I have more dreams. They're unorthodox dreams, by the way. Like I have some of the most simple, like out there or dumb dreams you can imagine for this sort of thing, but they're mine. And if I tell you what they are, then you know, it might not happen the way I want. So I'll tell you if they happen. I'll post it on Twitter or something if they happen, and I'll let you know that they did happen. But until then, they shall remain a mystery. That said, there are two I can share with you. I'm not a greedy man. 10,000 YouTube subscribers would be more than I like ever imagined getting. Right? And there's a bonus reason for that. Is that no Abyssal Guard brigade, or no Abyssal Nico has had an Abyss Guard greater than 10,000 YouTube subscribers. So if I could get that many, I would have the biggest army of any Abyssal Knight ever. And that would just be something to put on the tombstone, you know, when this is all said and done. So yeah, 10,000 YouTube subscribers. Obviously, I'd like more, but like I said, this would be great. The other one is 200 viewers in one stream. If I can pack 200 people into one of these things, this excludes raids, by the way. Like if someone shows up with 200 people and like there's 200 people in the stream for like 10 seconds and then 3/4 of them leave or whatever, right? It doesn't count. They got to be there for me. They got to be my fans. But if I can get 200 people to just show up, that's like most of the size of my school. So, you know, that would be amazing. And yeah, a few dreams. Next slide. And we've made it to the schedule. Now, I guess I can move over for this. Hold on just a second. Yeah. And we're back. Okay. So, yeah. Sunday. That's tomorrow. If you're watching this day one. You're not. But if you were, that's tomorrow. I got nothing going on. I have to go be a good grandson and help my grandmother out. You might be asking yourself, how do you have a grandmother? I thought all the people vanished or whatever in the abyss. It's complicated. I'll explain another day, but I have to go be a good grandson and help the elderly. That said, Monday, I'm doing Plague Inc. Evolved. It's going to be fantastic. I'll usually be trying to stream at 5 p.m. for those of you that are curious, whenever I do a stream. That's kind of the target time. So, yeah. After that, Tuesday, we have Dead by Daylight. We hope and we pray to the Crash gods that it works. I will do everything in my power to see that through, but it's the only one that seems to give me problems. Wednesday, we're doing Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, just because nostalgia, and it's like easy to stream. So that'll be cool. You can see how bad I've become at it. It's fantastic. Thursday, we're not doing anything. Nothing's going on. Don't worry about it. Halo Infinite multiplayer, I don't know. For how I said I play Destiny, I don't want to do that here because all my stuff is on different accounts and what have you, but Halo Infinite doesn't have that kind of progression of loot acquisition and what have you, so I can jump into that anywhere. So I'll be doing that at some point just to have a little bit of fun. And I'm off on Saturday, so I'll be posting this thing on Twitter too, where it will get like 8 views and no one will show up. But these are the stepping stones, you know? Okay, now let's go to the blank template screen. Honk. Da-da-da. All right. I guess that's most of the debut, huh? About 43 minutes, I'm on time. I have time for that little story I mentioned about the family crest, by the way. So, if you didn't notice, my last name is Alabaster, but the family crest has an R on it. So, the reason for that has to do with some royal hijinks back in the day. Between my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather and my other great-great-great-great-great... How many greats am I on? The number of greats that is appropriate. He's very old. As many thousands of years ago. During a sort of arranged marriage situation. They're both Abyssal Knights, which means that they were both royalty. But they were much lower on the class scale than they were than our families were during the unseen rapture, where everyone vanished. Right, so the R is for Roswald, which was the other family outside of the Alabaster one. We used to have a different logo. It was an A with 2 swords behind it, but they wanted to do a little family arranged marriage with their children, so that they could increase their overall influence and size as Abyssal Nico Royals. So the part that they had trouble deciding on was whose last name would be carried over. Royals have a really hard time giving that kind of thing up, even if one's the guy and one's the girl, and the girl was the Roswald side. Grandmammy. The greatest of grandmammies. But yeah, so they eventually came to an agreement on that, where because the Alabasters were larger, they decided that they would hold that last name, but they would change the family crest to the Roswald family crest, which is what you see here on my cape. And that has been the family crest ever since. No, I have no interest in changing it. It's the crest I grew up with. And I think it looks good. It's less violent than the past crest. So yeah. Well, anyway, I guess that's the end of the debut. If you liked what you saw, well, I'll be streaming here. Maybe on Twitch too in the future. I'm not sure yet, actually. I haven't made up my mind. I think it would be good to have a presence on both platforms, so I might make a go of streaming on and off on both of them, but as it stands, here's where it's gonna be. So, I guess that's it. Have a good day, everybody. And I might just see you in the future. Da-da-da. Just ignore. Wow. All right, now bye.